Light hotspot bug fixes are being implemented almost hourly to try and get the network earnings back to where they were pre-migration. All of this happening while HNT gets pummeled into the ground, now below $8. The charts show no sign of support until the $5 level, and the global macro backdrop and sentiment will certainly not interfere with a drawdown of that nature. But how likely are we to see $5 HNT again? And will it be one of the largest opportunities in crypto if we see it? What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another video here in the Crypto Compound channel. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you guys are having a great day. Please hit that like and subscribe on the way in. Guys, today we are going to be talking about exactly how low we can go here on the HNT price chart. The negative momentum has been building for 7 weeks now. This is the longest consecutive stretch of negative momentum we have experienced here on the Helium network from its inception. This is brutal price action going on, not just with Helium, but with all equity and crypto markets. It is important to have perspective, to zoom out, and to think long-term at what is really going on and what the future is going to look like in 2, 3, 5 years from now. Guys, we're going to be talking about these charts, the daily chart, the weekly chart, both of these charts, what we're seeing, as well as some of the developments here on the network with regards to price action and the light hotspot migration. Of course, Helium not performing well, now at the 57 rank by market cap here, down 25% over the last 7 days. Very poor performance from Helium. All the markets are going down, but Helium is underperforming its peers here, which is not good. And I would imagine that has to do with the flatlining of rewards, the migration not going perfectly. But of course, as I always say on this channel, that is expected when you are trying to scale and build a network such as Helium on the fly, on the go, all while making sure the network and the blockchain is continuously online. Now, if we look over here to the Web3 index, we can see that Helium is still at the number 3 rank here in terms of demand side fees being spent. However, if we look at the chart, we can see that the migration does appear to have had some impact on the fees being spent. As we can see, last week's fees were significantly below the previous 5 weeks. That is not great, but of course, this is a very unique time here in Helium's history as this migration is currently taking place and bugs are being deployed on a almost hourly basis. If we look over here, we can see there is an update that was just published about 30 minutes ago from the recording of this video, and we can see the too long don't read is down here. We can see the core team is aware of some hotspots flatlining or zero low earnings for the past week. We've made a bunch of fixes that are out, and we continue to squash bugs to improve earnings for all hotspot owners. If you want to start reading announcements, this is a good place to start. We will talk more about this stuff in other videos. However, if we look over here to the status of the network, we can see that the hotspots being onboarded over the previous 30 days is starting to tick down a little bit. We were onboarding as much as 84,000 hotspots in the past 30 days at some point just a few months ago. We are starting to flatten this curve here, which is interesting and also expected as the incentives are not as high when the price of HNT is not as high. But of course, that is good for anyone who is looking to front run the next huge wave of price action and demand for these hotspots. Now, guys, if we look over here at the daily chart, we can see just constant price failure, price support failure, all the way back, if we rewind to the end of last year, constant lower lows being made here, and we are approaching what I imagine has got to be close to the end of this downturn. I imagine we will start to see a lot of sideways price action start to happen as we get closer to the $5 range, but I do imagine that this $5 price level we can see right here, as we can see, that is the next stop here on the chart, and there is going to be huge demand coming into the network based on these technicals here. A lot of people, a lot of speculators will come in at these levels. This is the next area on the chart that we will find support, and it is just above $5, and it was formed all the way back in February of 2021 prior to this larger accumulation phase here. We can see, if we look, this dotted red line here is the current price. There is absolutely nothing between the current price and this $5 price level. We are only about $2.50 away from that level now, but from a percentage standpoint, that is a huge decline from where we are. It's about a 20 to 25% drawdown from current levels still that we can see and experience ahead of us if we do get closer to that $5 range. Now, guys, of course, I am one of the biggest believers and supporters here of Helium and HNT. I truly believe in what is being built and the future of the Helium network. I'm not trying to be bearish. I'm trying to be realistic here and zoom out on the charts and see, with regards to just technicals here and this price chart, what we can expect and what we should be prepared for. One of the biggest challenges I have had personally with regards to crypto investing is being prepared for what is going to happen in the future. Throughout the previous bull market back in 2018, I was not prepared for the sorts of drawdowns we have saw, and I sold some of my positions near the lows, and that, looking back, was a mistake. I should have kept my money invested in projects and cryptos that I did believe in, and I should have prepared by zooming out in the charts and looking at where we might end up and being prepared to withstand those sorts of price levels. And guys, that being said, I did want to highlight a tweet here from Amir from May 17th, just a few days ago. He said, "Doing things at scale is really hard. I'm pretty sure Helium is the largest continuous peer-to-peer network ever built, with almost 1 million nodes connected at all times." He continues, "Network upgrades are tricky, as maintaining this massive network is an all-consuming task with fires burning bright while you're trying to develop new things. It's also hard to simulate what happens on 1 million node peer-to-peer network in real life." Now he continues, he mentions that the Helium API server is servicing more than 12 billion requests per month now. And he finishes up down here by saying, "We'll continue to work hard to complete this transition and focus on the future. And I very much appreciate the community's support while this upgrade is deployed. The work going in to HIP 51 is going to blow some minds. Onward." Guys, this is an awesome thread here from Amir, directly from the CEO here of Nova Labs. And I really wanted to highlight this because it shows the direction and the long-term thinking perspective that Amir has. Guys, all of this, of course, sounds great, but we can even see the day-to-day, minute-to-minute updates that the developers are rolling out here in the blockchain thread. The core developers are in this thread discussing bugs, fixes, everything that you can imagine. You can watch it in real time, and it's absolutely incredible to see this sort of build out taking place in real time. And guys, all of this ties back to the long-term thinking perspective of what is really being built and how it is so dislocated from the price of HNT here. Of course, the price of HNT is incredibly reliant on larger markets and larger market sentiment to trade normally, but due to the macro outlook, this dislocation has been so severe, and we are now back down and approaching the $5 HNT price level. And guys, there might be a clearer look here at this $5 price level here on the weekly chart. As we can see, this is the corresponding $5 price level, the next support level here for Helium, and here is the price we are now. Now, ever since we broke this 50 EMA on the weekly chart, we have just gone straight down, unfortunately. But guys, we are getting close to a point of massive support and massive opportunity. I hope that you guys do your own research, step back, think about what is being built, and think about the utility here that the network can provide. Now, I will leave you with this. After mentioning the utility of the network, I did want to highlight this use case here that was recently highlighted in a CoinDesk article, and it actually features an executive from CalChip who uses helium sensors to actually track their crab pots in California. These devices allowed him to actually track crab pots that were being taken, and he was able to find them. And as it turns out, the police were very interested in how he was able to track these crab pots, and he told them, and they were very, very interested. I will link this down below. It is super interesting and really highlights the real world utility use cases here for the Helium network, even in its infancy that we are in right now. Guys, I hope you found some of this information helpful. Please let me know your comments and concerns down below. I thank you all so much for being here and watching until the end. Please hit that like and subscribe if you have not already to stay up to date in the latest Helium and HNT news and analysis. And finally, guys, I just want to thank you all for your support. I appreciate all of you for watching, all of you for commenting and liking on these videos. I really, really am grateful for this community here, for Helium, and I am excited for the future. But guys, that is all I have for today's video. So just like that, this video is over, and I will see you